You're listening to the RMTV Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RMTV Podcast. Jordy, mate, how you going?
Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Not too bad. Pretty big weekend.
Yeah, very big weekend.
Few good games, few blowouts, few close
few
ones,
slingers.
Well, let's just dive straight into it, shall we? We'll get through into Canberra. All right.
What a stadium.
I think the intern only tipped the doggies, but I think there was a bit of a build up throughout the week with Cherry, not playing, and I think, look, the Milk they could have won, but credit to Connor Tracy, mate. Dogs ran away 14 and Canberra 10.
Connor Tracy is the reason why Canberra didn't win that game. That tackle was bloody hell. That was incredible. What a tackle. But also, what about Ethan Sanders? Like, that's pretty heads up from a rookie halfback to go, I'm going to take the line on the fifth tackle. And, mate, if it, a metre or two short, like, that was pretty impressive that he almost got there. But credit to Tracy for stopping it.
Oh, mate, it paid off. It paid off. But I think the thing is, right, Ricky Stewart, I wanted to touch on this. That man, he chews that gum. Like, how long does he chew his gum for, you reckon? Because he's just so tense on that sideline.
I feel
drenched like a wet rat.
It'd be out of, like, flavour in the first 20 seconds, the way he goes. He's just like, he goes hard. Like, that poor Chewy.
Yeah, and what Chewy do you think he's rocking?
Oh, it's got to be extra. I reckon he'd be an extra guy. Like a spearmint or something?
I reckon Juicy. You know the Juicy?
Oh, yeah, like the old Juicy Fruits, yeah.
But, yeah, I think Dogs... There was even a play at the back end there where Crichton was just laying down. And you'd think, surely that's a 6 again, right? But I guess Stephen Crichton... Yeah. Rules for some. And, look, I think the only loss for the Dogs was Ciraldo cut his finger at the glorious GIO?
Yeah, GIO now.
And, we'll dive into that in Dribble of the Week, Stadium chatter. But I think pretty... I saw the car. It was pretty gnarly.
But what do you reckon got shattered more, the glass or Ricky's heart when they lost? Like, it was his 300th at home. You'd think they'd get up for that.
Yeah, you think they would, but the conditions, mate. That was a wet game.
They made a lot of errors. I was talking to a Doggies fan this morning, one of my work colleagues, and their words to me were like, the fact that we didn't win that like 30-10 is actually really disappointing. Yeah. Because Canberra made a lot of errors and gave the Dogs a lot of opportunities. The Dogs just couldn't capitalise on them.
Yeah, I think for the Doggies, I think they'll look to move on from that one. Yeah. Especially with all the drama and whether or not Cherry gets back into the team. And I'm sure that will keep unfolding as we go. But, Friday night, 6 p.m.
There's a reason this was a 6 p.m. game. I don't know why all these people wanted it to be like an 8 p.m. game or a primetime game. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Stupid people.
Yeah, I was here. I was watching it here. And you were at the game, mate. I heard you through the telly.
Yeah.
And
it was great for the first 10 minutes.
Look, if the game went for 10 minutes, Roosters win. It would have been an astounding victory, right? Penrith 40, Chooks to 4. You could pretty much say, well, defensively, they just choked us. Let's dive into it because I think after such a huge build-up with the rivalry last week, 2 weeks back, with Souths, you think, all right, okay, we got the big test. What do you give that, an E, an F?
Oh, I don't believe in that E shit. Look, it's a straight-up F. But in saying that, like, a lot of people want to bag the Roosters. Oh, the Roosters played shit. Did the Roosters play that badly, or did Penrith just... I don't give Penrith a lot of credit, but watching the way they played, I've got to give them a lot of credit. Like, they're looking good. They're on another level. They're on another level again, and it's crazy to see. It, like, Brian Tottle's try, like, that's a 1 in a million try there.
I thought, there was just some moments... I'm not really defending the Chooks, but I think the first few tries was like, there was a touch of luck there, like, especially with the Toyo one.
Yeah.
But you should know, like, Cleary, it's last, it's 50. He's going to pass it, right?
But that's the thing, right? If you rush Cleary, you've all got to rush up as a line, right? If you don't, if only one rushes out of the line, then he's just going, screw you, I'm going to pass and take the overlap because then they've got an extra man there. Yeah.
And look, I hate to say it, Edwards had a good game. I thought
the walking nutsack.
Yeah, he just under the ball, great, and his attack, his line speed was great as well. But I think I think with the Chooks, even though we scored first, great little try. There wasn't much. There wasn't much flow in attack. It looked like everyone was running into each other. Like even he's gone blank on me. Our centre.
Parga.
No, the other.
Bobby Toyer.
Yeah, Bobby Toyer. That try, yeah, look.
Great try.
But I was worried. I'm like, okay, Penrith, they're gonna flick the switch here. And then so they did.
Yeah. That they did.
So back to the drawing board. But I think this might be a blessing in disguise. This might be the rocket they need.
Yeah.
It's obviously early days. DC, he was in a presser saying, we got a system to stick to. Yeah. Obviously, we're swerving in and out of it at the minute. I'm just paraphrasing.
Yeah,
or whatever.
but no, that's pretty spot on.
I think another big test comes this week against his old foe, mate. So
yeah, well that'll be the big test. I mean, like Manly 0-2 to start the year, coming off the bye. Why do we always play teams coming off the bye?
I don't know, but it's big. This is a big game for Manly, mate.
It's a big game for both teams.
If they go 0-3 at home,
0-3 at home, they're only 2 points coming off a bye. Like the Wolves may start, and I feel bad saying it, but the Wolves may start.
I thought this was a decent game. I put the Chooks loss behind me and just grand final replay. And I'll tell you what, it was pretty much deja vu. Like Melbourne 14-0 at halftime. And I'm like, all right, this is the Melbourne we know. And a lot of people, I think sometimes when a lot of people say, nah, Melbourne are going to put 50 on them. I think, maybe they think that as well. But look, the Bronx were going to get up for this. A lot of noise as well for him this week with Talis. We'll dive into that. And, it's the Broncos we've known for the past year or so, and the comeback kings, mate. They've done it again, 18-14, and I think I think Walsh picked his moments this time a bit better, but I think it all came in the second half.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, if they played Penrith, they're getting flogged. The way they let that first half get away. I mean, Storm is still not at 100%. And you can see that at times Storm missed their moments. It very easily could have been closer to 30-0 at halftime. If Storm had, not made a couple of errors.
If that was Penrith, yes.
If it was Penrith, 100%. It's almost 30-0 at halftime.
And I'll add this in. I think a few commentators said this with the Penrith and the grand final replay is that Penrith, they may have watched that grand final, so that should have been us. Like, we could have went for the...
Yeah.
Like, I've lost count. How many? They would have went for the 5?
That would have been fifth Pete.
Yeah.
5 Pete.
So, they're scaring me. But, I think Melbourne, that's another thing. I think Melbourne really got I think they get a bit spooked when it comes to Penrith and Bronx.
Yeah, I don't know if that. I mean, that's Brisbane's first win in Melbourne in 10 years. I just think that Melbourne probably put the cue in the racks a bit early, and they, the Broncos came out that second half going, well, we need to put on, we need to prove something, we need to go here. And I think that caught the Storm off guard. I don't think they were expecting it, and I think that was the issue, and Storm just couldn't recover, and when they finally did, just some stupid errors in good field position for the Broncos, and it happens.
0-2 now for Stefano, mate. Does Bellamy just tell him just to shut up?
You know what? I don't actually mind what he said because at the end of the day, right, he's come out and said something. We want characters in the game to an extent, right? You want that intense build up to a game.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I just don't know if Bellamy's all for that.
Nah, I think Bellamy's probably a bit more reserved, but you know what? It's not like Stefano came out and said, oh, yeah, they're all shit or anything like that. He made a valid point. He goes, they're pretty damn quiet until after the game. Which is true, because if you look at the Broncos, when they lose, mate, they're in their hole. They hide away. Nothing
a lot
happens.
of this, mate.
They do a lot of that when they're winning, and then the moment something happens, they hide away.
Wow.
They're not willing to face the music.
Yeah, I think, and then Walsh said something about, I think he said all bark, no bite, put in his Instagram story.
Yeah.
So it was definitely, it's good to see, though. It's good. It's, you got to build it up. And we'll move into Saturday. I went Nui for an upset here. Benny was at the game.
Yeah.
And I think
he wanted his money back, didn't he?
I think he regrets going. But look, Warriors 38 to Nui 12. Man, the Warriors, they're just looking good. Yeah. I think even Benny put the Wires in the top 8, and the way they're going, mate, they'll cement a spot in that 8. And Tanner Boyd, he had a cracker.
Mate, he's crazy. My only concern for the Wars, and we were having these same conversations this time last year, and then after Magic Round, it just went downhill, right? So I don't want to jump on the Wars wagon yet until we're mid to late in the season. If they're still going at this pace, or they're going to probably lose a couple of games, but let's see what they're like when they play Penrith and that. Even if they don't win that game, if they can stay close and in contention, then that's a sign that the Wars are going to do big things this year. But I'm hesitant to go too early. But on the Newcastle side, I kind of feel for them. They lost Ponga. That's going to be nearly 4 weeks there. They've lost Dylan Brown. That's nearly 4 weeks there. Cogger's not a first grade half, and I think it put a lot of pressure on Sandon Smith, who did step up. He was probably one of the best players for the Knights.
Yeah. And I think Sharp.
Sharp, yeah.
A bit of a mixed day at fullback.
Yeah, but put him back. You put him back at 6 with Sando at 7, which is probably what's going to happen if Brown's still out longer. Like, there could be some good things coming out of Newey, so I don't think the result should be looked too badly if you're a Knights fan. Yeah, it sucks, but I think there's still a lot of good for the Knights this year.
And in the second game on Saturday, pretty much a similar score. Dolphins 38, Cronulla 10. I think I may have been the only one to back the Finns here, but...
No, I backed the Finns
too?
Yeah, I backed the Finns.
I mean, my tipping was shocking.
I never backed Cronulla.
I think I got 2 from 8, but wow, Finns, they looked sharp, dude.
Yeah, Cronulla still looked like they had a hangover from last week, though, Like, they didn't come out as aggressive as I thought they would. Like, they were fairly solid against Penrith in Bathurst, and then just this week, I don't know, maybe it took a lot out of them because they just had nothing.
Yeah, Katoa was good, mate. You see that boy through?
Katoa.
On the right side, I think he just went through like 4 people.
Yeah, this is why I say Katoa needs to be playing Origin, and he will play Origin. And
I think defensively for the Finns, mate, thumbs up to them.
Yeah.
Only let in 2 tries for Cronulla, but still, I think I think we were saying this in the offseason. Finns can just really tighten up their D. That's when they can cement themselves in the 8.
Yeah.
And I thought Hammer, he played another cracking game.
He was cracking, but that's the thing, right? The Finns can score from anywhere because they've got like your Herbie Farnworth, your Jermaine Asarkos, Hammer, Katoa, Cody Nikorima even. Like, he's reinvented himself up there.
Yeah.
But if you can't defend it, there's no point scoring 30 points every week if you're going to give up 40.
And I think the crowd was a bit meh.
It was a bit wet.
Yeah, a bit wet. I think maybe if that game was swapped with the Roosters one, that would have been perfect.
It would have been, actually.
On a Saturday,
yeah.
And this was a decent little one. I feel for the Tigers here, but, that's just my bias against...
I agree with you. No bias.
South Sydney 20, Tigers 16. And, I think hard night for the Tigers. Losing Luai, that's going to be a bit of a hard
And Dewey.
Yeah, and Dewey. So they're going to... It's a coach's nightmare. It's early in the season too.
Yeah. Look, I think the Tigers deserve to win this. I think they were actually the better team. To any South fan or any football fan that's questioned why Latrell's not playing fullback anymore, you saw why on the weekend. The moment he went to fullback, mate, Tigers come in and they start running all over them. He was out of position, everything like that. So I think that's kind of reinforced Bennett on putting Jai Gray at fullback, because once Gray came back on, you could just tell South are a different team.
He's
he's a spark.
I really rate him.
He's
just that a little electric bunny, like, and
no pun intended.
No pun intended, but no, I think he's great, and obviously I think Troll, center's his spot, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, if he's fit, he's always going to be there for the Blues.
Actually, you know who had a really good game? Jack Whiten.
Yeah,
defensively, that right edge, he was on top of everything. It was, especially because he was a bit weak against us, so it was good to see. He just stepped up and went, okay, let's do it. See, I can say nice things about South sometimes.
Yeah, and they
really.
Yeah, and they walked out with Summer. You see that as well?
Yeah.
So now she's got a Souths jersey and a Roosters jersey now. So
okay,
sure.
I'm gonna have a little. That kid has gone through a lot.
Yeah.
His sister obviously got shot and all that. What dumbass thought it was a fucking great idea for fire to be going off in front of her face?
Oh, yeah.
And the bell getting rung. Like, I get they want to ring this foundation bell, but think. And there was a few people out there going, oh, but it happened in the Roosters game. No, it didn't. No.
Oh, no.
it
Well,
didn't.
she came out earlier.
She came out early. There was a bit of noise. There was clapping for her, and but there was no fire in her face. There was no bell ringing next to her that sounds probably like gunshots. I credit South Sydney for trying to honour her and her family, but fuck, you got to think about how you do that shit. Like, the poor kid, you could see on her face she was traumatized, and I'm like, what dumbass approved this? What dumbass thought it was a great idea? Hey, this kid, was around shooting and all that. Let's ring a bell in her face really loud. Let's shoot fire off in front of her face because that's going to end well. Good on you for trying to support her. You dipshits for how you done it. I'm sorry, but that's just, I looked at her face and I was just like, I feel so sorry for this kid.
Yeah. I think they were just trying to do a nice thing, but...
And look, credit to them on that, but the way they done it was just that's not right. I'm sorry, not right.
And Sunday, so Parramatta 30, Souths 20. St George 20. Decent cracking game, high scoring. Para, they looked pretty solid. I thought they could have run away with it a bit more, but there was, I think, a lot of lapses of errors as well.
So, at what point is Flanagan's job now the number one job on the table because he's 0-3 now? He's the only 0-3 team.
Yeah. I think Sportsbet, they were pretty brutal in this little meme against Saints.
Oh, yeah, if you're not with us, you're against us.
Yeah. Look, I don't know, man. Like, I think Saints even scored the first one or two tries, maybe the first.
Yeah, they seem to have a lead.
Leilua, I think he got the first one in. Yeah, I don't know. I think if this game was at Cogra, maybe Saints could have ran away with it just. But maybe the crowd got behind Para and they got the win. It was a great afternoon as well, considering how much rain there was.
Combank looked beautiful.
It was a beautiful Sunday there, and I think Para. I think they won't be too happy about it, but I think they want to fix up their D.
Take the win, but then turn around and go, all right, now time to.
I thought Pezza was solid. I thought he did a lot more than what Moses did.
He's been solid all year, though. He's really firming himself for that 7 jersey next year in Brisbane, I reckon. Him and Mam in the halves could be dangerous. They'll be crashing through. Yeah,
and I loved I think the moment of the game for me was Josh Odekai pretty much sealed the win for Para up the sideline and did that. See the what's it called, the gladiator celebration?
Yeah, like the machine gunny thingy, my Bobby. Yeah.
No, he loves it. He loves it.
Loves the noise. Loves the spotlight. And did anyone get him a phone charger? That's my question.
No, I don't know, man.
Damn it.
He's probably got a few portables now.
You'd hope so. Part of his deal, he's sponsored by Signet with power banks.
Yeah, I'd like to see him sponsored by Signet. That'd be a good move. And to finish off the round, the Cowboys 30, Titans 16. I think this game, last week we were a bit on the fence on who to tip, and it was a bit like that. But Cowboys' first win of the year up there. Hot night, I think when they kicked off, it was 30 degrees still. Yeah. And look, I don't know. I don't know about the Titans, man. I thought they held on much as they could defensively, and I just think the Cowboys, they just wanted it more.
Yeah, I think the Titans are just short. They're still in that period of, obviously Hannah is the new coach. They're trying to find who they want to be this year, and I kind of thought this was the game it might click on, but it worked the other way, and the Cowboys finally clicked. So, look, credit to the Cowboys. They ran away with it. At times, the Titans looked really good, and the other times
they looked solid short. With Campbell, Jaden Campbell back. He's that spark they need.
It's the best they looked having him back. Even that intercept try and going almost the length of the field was just incredible.
Yeah, and again, there was just moments where you're come on, Titans, you're almost there. Yeah. And
you're
Ilias
so
had a few errors as well. Just close to the line, you just bobble it. You think, that's just the Titans we know and love. And they, it's just, I think one of their fans, BKR Sport or something.
Yeah, Blaze, yeah.
Yeah, he was saying how many rebuilds the club's got to go through. And it seems to be for the Titans. When you look at their history, coming in 2007, the first few years were pretty solid. I think Chooks versed him in a prelim maybe in 2010.
Well, we had the semi against them.
Yeah.
And, actually, this is in the 20s, but we had the semi that they should have beaten us, but they just didn't pass the ball to their winger.
That's right. That's a few years back as well. But I think between that, their finals run in 2010 and then a few years ago, a lot of rebuilds, a lot of coaches.
Yeah, but I think the problem is, right, is there... Like, I look at Justin Holbrook at the Titans. I think Holbrook was actually the best coach the Titans have had.
I think he got done dirty, yeah.
He got him to 2 finals. We're seeing now he's doing a good job at Newcastle in their first 2 games. Yeah, they had a loss on the weekend, but I just think they need to find some stability up there because at the moment, you know, like there's still rumours that Tino's going to leave.
Yeah. Well,
right.
Considering he re-signed.
Yeah, but that's sad. If he's just re-signed and now there's still rumours going around, like he's trying to commit to the club, but for how long is he going to do it and be like, nah, guys, I'm done, I'm out. Like, you know, they've got this great core of players that have been together for say 2-3 years now. Hane's now got to make his mark on it, make it his team. But I think they should never have gotten rid of Holbrook. Yeah, they had some tough years, but it got worse when they brought Desi Hasler in.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking there. That was kind of like a little transit lounge for Desi. You know?
Yeah, it was like, you know, here, have a couple of years, see how you go and see what you can do. And maybe they thought the old school coach was what they needed, but I still think Holbrook got done dirty up there and he should still be running that team. Then they'd probably be pushing for finals right now.
And I thought the funniest thing I saw this morning, I think Matty Johns was talking on some show saying he got a call from the club because he's got like part ownership in the Titans, and they were like asking like, oh, can you like just like release this media statement saying you like, you know, you're all in for the Titans because his tips came up in maybe one of the papers and he tipped the Cowboys against the Titans, and he was saying that like, you know, he didn't even like put his tips in, he completely forgot, so the guy doing it just put it in and put it down as the Cowboys. But if it's Titans Storm, who's Matty Jones got a tip? You know what I mean?
But this is the thing, right? This
and he got his tip right in the end.
Yeah, but like this is the issue I'm foreshadowing seeing with Tallis and Johns now this year. Both now have minority ownership, sharehold stakes in the Titans. And at what point will there be any bias come towards the Titans because of that? Like, you know, let's say they lose a tight one that was genuinely just a really good game of football that they lose. Are we going to be blasted now with, oh, the Titans were robbed? Like, it's a fine line.
Yeah. There we go, mate. It is a fine line, mate. Down the line, Nico Hines, you know what
exactly. I mean? But like we're seeing it now, like with what Matty Johns had to say about Gordon Tallis.
Yeah. Well, let's all right. That's round 3 done. Let's jump into it now, right?
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by FDS Eyewear. FDS Eyewear is your one-stop shop for quality, affordable eyewear. With the latest lens technology and weekly eye testing services, FDS Eyewear provides competitive rates over the larger optical retailers. Visit their store at Wentworthville Plaza, just a short drive from Parramatta.
Dribble of the week. We're going to talk about Tallis against his old club, mate. It's a bit sad to see, but then again, it's like if you're going to be a big guy in the media, right, on 360, you're going to have your opinion and you're going to cause a bit of rift. Clearly that's happened. And this week it all unfolded and his name got taken off. I think it was like
a conference room. Yeah,
like whoop-de-doo. But that could be Broncos' move to say, that might quiet him down a bit.
But you know what? I don't disagree with what the Broncos done. Reason being is...
And this all came off the back of his comments on 360.
Yeah.
Bree Reynolds.
Him and, who's the Queensland journalist, BD or whatever it was?
Peter Bedell.
Peter Bedell, sorry. Yeah,
which was great viewing.
Which, honestly, the best part of that was Bedell going, but you sat out a whole season... And then Gordy had nothing to say and wanted to go back and start making it about the Broncos. And all these people have come out and gone, oh, yeah, but there was a reason he sat out a season.
Yeah, I think it was to do with the Saints and like...
Yeah, but the point being is, like, he wants to make this issue about Reynolds flying down to Sydney for media commitments. Do you really reckon the Broncos or their training staff would let Reynolds go if he wasn't okay to do it?
No.
Because personally, the last 2 years, all I have seen is Gordon Tallis attack the Broncos, right? Mm. If you're a club legend, are you not going to be trying to build the club up?
You'd think so. Yeah, I don't know. I think it could be, there could be like suspected rifts between him. He might not like Madge. Well, I think it's a clue.
No, it's not that he... No. It's not that he might not like Madge. The guy hates Madge.
Yeah,
because... He still says that Madge stole the job and Madge was contacting players saying, oh, I'm going to be the coach. I can tell you now, right? Madge did not contact any players. Heck, Madge didn't even talk to his own wife before he signed the contract to go up to Brisbane. Now, I can tell you now, Madge would have spoken to his wife, and I know this because I spoke to his brother-in-law about it.
Right. Okay.
Madge
I was about to ask, like, where was...
Yeah, so Madge's wife is the sister of one of the guys I worked with for years. So,
Yeah, right, yeah.
And I was talking to him. Mate, they were set up in Canberra. They were literally about to sign the papers to buy a place in Canberra to live down there.
Canberra, wow, that's...
Because he was going down there to be an assistant with Sticky.
Oh, right, yes, true.
And then the Broncos said, we want you. He signed the contract without even talking to his wife. So, Gordon, get the fuck over
He could probably smell a premiership match. He probably saw a premiership in that team, to which it's happened.
He could.
But yeah...
I don't see Gordon coming out and attacking the Broncos about getting rid of Seabold. And those players that Walters has in that club that Madge won a premiership with, who brought them into the club? Or who brought them into first grade? Seabold.
Yeah, true. We did touch on that this year. Like, those players, they debuted, and then Kevy came in, and obviously now Madge is there. But I think, could be doing, he's close personal mate, lost his job. I think as well, like, look, I heard that Ben Hunt was saying, the play inside the club, they're just having a joke about it because they know that's what he's about.
Yeah, but this is the thing that pisses me off, right? Like, how many club legends from, let's say, the Roosters?
Oh, you wouldn't see it at the Chooks.
Penrith, even the Bulldogs, like, Mortimer. Great name. I'm very lucky I know Mortimer's son through cricket.
Yeah.
So I played a season with him. Every now and then I'll go watch his kid play 15s because I've got a couple of kids that play seniors with me.
Daniel Mortimer. Yeah, his son.
Steve.
The one who ran on the field.
No, not Anderson. Not
right,
Anderson.
Anderson,
Mortimer.
Yeah, right.
Any Bulldogs fan knows Mortimer.
Yeah.
And he was a Blues legend as well. But his son, is involved with the same cricket club I play at.
Yeah.
And, like, mate, if I ask him about the club, he'll say nothing good. Cameron Phelps played 40 or 50-odd games for the Bulldogs. Mate, if you ask him about the Bulldogs, and he was playing there at a time where it was tough, mate, great club, everything. You don't hear this. Darren Lockyer, is a Broncos legend, and I reckon he's more of a legend for the Broncos than Gordon Tallis is, personal opinion.
Yeah.
I think I put Lockyer a bit higher than Tallis. When he comes out and blasts the club in the media, because that's his job, look at the way he does it, right? There's nothing personal about it. It's purely just, I just think they're missing this, or they just need to do this, or they, Whereas Gordon, to me, Gordon is doing everything and making it personal. This is coming from the dog shot artist who would throw punches at guys, like, the infamous Ben Ross punch on at Penrith.
Yeah.
Ross is walking away and he's trying to throw punches. Like, mate, don't make it personal. And obviously it's too personal for him.
Yeah, and you could tell when Pete Badell went to that next level, you could see Tallis, he was burning. Like, he was definitely like, after that show ended, Pete would have just backdoored it.
Well, what was it Willie Mason said?
I think so.
Badell would have been in an Uber before the show even finished.
Yeah, I think it's... I don't know what's going to come out of it next. That could be like... Could all quiet down. But I think even Broncos, that would have got him up for it as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they wanted to prove a point for Madge and for their club. But also, it was interesting because Gordon was asked about it on Triple M on the weekend. I can't remember what game it was at.
I think we're doing the Para.
Yeah, I think it might have been the Para game, on Sunday. And he's like, I don't care. Mate, if you don't care, you would not go at the club as hard as you do. Like,
I think he just said that more so... He probably just doesn't want to talk about it. But obviously they're going to talk about it,
But he brings it up half the time, and that's the frustrating thing.
Yeah, it's...
Like, don't hide when it suits you.
Yeah, I think now... I don't know. I think, will they put his name back on the board? Who knows?
Nah, God, no. Give it to Ali. Ali's done a lot for the women's. They're starting to integrate the women's up there. Go for it.
And, all right, well, let's talk a bit of GIO Stadium, mate. As we touched on earlier... Ciraldo cut his finger open. The poor fella. It was a decent little cut.
He got a few stitches out of it.
I don't know what the windows were like there, but this really struck a conversation where even Ricky said, "Look, the stadium needs funding. It needs a little makeover."
Yeah.
I've personally never been in GIO. Have you?
I've been a few times.
And what do you? Where do you? Give me a little rundown, and then we'll compare it to a few other stadiums.
Look, as a stadium, I don't mind it. as a stadium. I think it's, the location's a bit weird, but it's not bad. It's just outside of like it's in the ACT obviously, but it's just outside of Canberra. It's on the outskirts, so it's a good place to have things. There's a lot of parking. There's public transport. I'm not sure what the access is like there. Probably not that good, but maybe buses. But as an overall, it's a decent sized stadium. It's they've got a row of food trucks up the back because they've got a lot of land there and they use it. Every now and then, on occasion, it does smell shit. And there was legitimately there was a sewage problem there. I know
that's right. Last year,
yeah, I know they have leakage issues there with the building leaking, the stadium leaking. It needs an overhaul. It could be one of the best open air stadiums in the world if they done it right. Yeah. And I say that because I actually think there's a lot of potential there, and they wouldn't need to do too much more to it. But the seating's reasonably good. You get a good view of the field. The field's normally looking pretty good in good conditions, given the weather they go through down there as well. They've
had snow there.
They've had snow games there, and the field just still looks reasonably immaculate for best you can for snow.
Do you think they'll get the funding? Is it premiership? Is that what it's going to take?
I feel like that's what it's going to take, but I don't think it should take that.
No,
look,
they've always had solid crowds.
Look, you look at
they do their Viking clap.
They've had solid crowds, and look, since 2019, they have been extremely consistent there.
Yeah,
even a couple of seasons they didn't make the finals there. They've still been extremely consistent in their crowds. Look, I think they deserve it. You're going to tell me that the federal government... I think the problem is, right, Canberra's the only team doing well at the moment. They don't have an A-League team down there, really. The government's thrown some money into Manica Oval and that because they're playing the Big Bash there, and they're playing a bit of international cricket down there, like women's and Australia A games always go down there. I think if the Brumbies were doing really well in Super Rugby, I think the money would go there straight away.
Yeah.
I just don't think rugby league's a priority there, and it should be.
Their money, that would come federally, obviously.
It'd be a federal, yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, maybe Ricky might need to get on the phone to Albo, mate,
you know what? If South start taking some games to GIO to play, guarantee watch millions, hundreds of millions get thrown at it. But while South aren't playing down there, he don't care.
So where do you rank the GIO? If there was 3 stadiums that need doing up, this could be a bit obvious, but what do you...
Oh, well, GIO and Shark Park are
they're the obvious. Yeah. What's another one?
Look, most of the other stadiums are reasonably good.
I look at McDonald Jones and I say that's a perfect ground. You got your hill, you got the grandstands are nice. There's
2 hills, good grandstands each side. I think if I had to pick 3, my worst 3 would be in 15th, 16th place would be GIO, 17th would be Portaloo Stadium, aka Ocean Protect, aka Shark Park. But 15th would probably be... I think Leichhardt needs a bit of a makeover. Yeah. And I'm saying that from the point of view of, I've been to Leichhardt for games. I've stood on Wayne Pearce Hill. It's a great environment. I'd love to see them add more seats into it.
They could turn that ground into, a little suburban coliseum, mate. It already is, but I reckon if they had a massive grandstand, right, wrapped around here, kept the hill, that's all you'd need.
Think Brookvale. You know how they've got the Bob Fulton stand now at the far end?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
If they'd done something like that at Leichhardt, it'd be great. Adds an extra 5,000-6,000 people in there, and they would sell that out.
Yeah, they should play more games. I think they get 3 games there a year. Yeah. They've already played... I think they've played it once.
They've played there once. Look, being from MacArthur, when games are on at Campbelltown Stadium...
Oh, yeah, that's another one, yeah.
Campbelltown Stadium would probably be 14th for me. It's not a bad stadium, but it doesn't get used a lot. So
no, you got to think of the clubs that are playing their home games there every single week.
Personally, I would love to see West use Campbelltown and Leichhardt exclusively. They're 2 home bases.
I don't think a core should be used at all throughout the season. When I think of core, it's just your stadiums for your finals. You saw the Matildas there on Saturday. They
had 75.
75. It was pumping, and I think NRL's at its best when you're having a packed out game at a suburban ground. Yeah. Your Leichhardt, Brooky,
Do your Good Friday clash, like Bulldogs Rabbits Good Friday normally always gets you 40, 50,000. 100% you throw that at a call because, the last few years they've gotten like 60,000, but that's because all the Bulldogs fans are actually going to games now. All the South fans are actually showing up. They'll stop showing up now that AJ scored his tries though, so...
I think, I think you're right there. I think Sydney teams, then you could be like, all right, we'll play them at a call, right? Yeah. Roosters, Dogs, whatever.
Mate, even turn Redfern Oval into a 20,000 seater for the games. Like they probably can't do it, but if they could, if you turned that into a 20,000 seater and had South playing their home games there, you could probably get a decent amount there every week. Like
it opens up a can of worms, doesn't it? Because you think, well, Souths are in that position where it's like, well, they've got a core, and then outside of that, it's like. They want Allianz, but Redfern, that would be a mad shout.
I reckon I would love to put this to a test. If obviously we can't, but I'd love play a season at a core, just nowhere but a core. Play a season at Allianz, play a season at Redfern. Guarantee you, a core's numbers are shit. Allianz will get a little bit better numbers, but still won't be the numbers that all these South fans think. Redfern, they would sell out every week.
They would, yeah. And
take it to their home ground.
And I was surprised I saw Roosters Penrith 22,000. That's
For
really
a
good.
22,102. Although we were concerned, like when that came up, because obviously Metro Petroleum sponsors it, we were questioning whether that was the crowd attendance or actual fuel prices for the night. So we weren't sure, but it was the attendance, which, to be honest, there was a decent split. I reckon it was probably 60-40 Roosters there.
Oh, you'd hope so. Yeah, I think even watching it on the telly, I'm like, that's actually not too bad.
Yeah, it was very surprising to get a crowd like that at a 6 p.m. game. And everyone came in about time for kickoff, was when the last few got there, so that was good.
But yeah, I think, Reece Stadium, Dribble. Do you think Penrith, I think obviously after winning so many comps, they deserve an upgrade, but do you think they've done it right? Like, I don't even think the actual roof covers the whole grandstand.
So... I'm one of the lucky ones because of my job. I've actually seen the hydro specs and I saw all that before it got released.
Right, yeah.
And that was a major concern. So the roof that they have on it now was not actually the first roof that they had planned.
Right, so is that roof done? Because that's just like...
Pretty much,
half willy-nilly.
Yeah. So the original plan was to come out and just go across and have like one roof doing the whole thing. But because of the way that's been set up, they couldn't do it. Like the architect and designer said, like the electrical, at the end, the fucking mechanical engineer said they can't do it. It's not going to work. Blah 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 blah. But my big thing is right. In the Penrith are getting this brand new stadium, which is only going to give them like an extra 5,000 seats. So it's not a huge upgrade. I would have thought they would have made it a bigger upgrade. I love that they're keeping the two hills. I think that's awesome. I think you have to do that. It gives me McDonald Jones vibes. But what are they going to... Let's say theoretically in 10 years, if Penrith go to being crap again, that stadium's going to be sitting there. It's going to be half empty again, like it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I remember watching... I think a game popped up on Fox the other day. It was like a 2020 clash. This was just before COVID they were playing. And the crowd was pretty dead.
Yeah.
Well, if Penrith keep going well, they'll pull decent crowds there. But I think, I don't know. Like, do you think, did it warrant a CommBank like stadium?
I don't think it warranted CommBank. I don't think they have the room to do that style there. But I definitely thought they would have gone more than 25,000. Like 28 to 30 was where I was expecting, and a lot of people were expecting. But yeah,
maybe a stadium if they got something like Wynn Stadium, to which that's getting upgraded.
Yeah, so Wynn Stadium's one of the latest to get upgraded, which will be really good to see when that's done. But that gets used a lot for a lot of things.
I like that. I've never watched a game of footy there, but just from the telly, seeing that they've got the hill, beach in the background.
It's really good until you go down on a windy, rainy day and they close the hill.
Right, yeah.
Because if it gets too windy, they actually shut the hill. They won't let people sit on it because you can't.
I've always, well, you're so close to that coastal breeze. It just comes straight through like it's a little... wind bowl.
Yeah, but look, I will admit, Wynn Stadium is actually fun to watch football at. I like it. It's well set out, and it gives you that suburban with a little bit more. Yeah. It's like Brooky or Leichhardt with a little bit more. They just don't get as many fans in there.
Yeah,
but yeah, look, it's.
I always remember when, I think it could have been Corey Norman when he was playing for Saints, or Ben Hunt. He just put up this bomb, windiest night, and he's just gone, and then just went straight back.
Like, it went like 5 meters forward and like 30 meters back.
Yeah.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by The Legal Problem Solver. The team brings over 25 years of experience in wills, probate, estates, conveyancing, property and commercial law. Connect with The Legal Problem Solver on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram.
All right, mate. Well, let's jump into round 4. It's the DCE Cup. Gotchya4Life Cup, right? I think Gussie Wallen, he may be down there for this one.
He will be. It's Gotchya4Life DCE Cup.
This has been circled by your Manly and Roosters fans, mate. This is going to be a big game for obviously DCE, like pain in the obvious there. But I think this is a great test for Manly.
It's a great test for both teams.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say, like, Manly obviously need a win. The Roosters need a win after two bad losses this year.
I'm very biased here. Roosters fan. After that loss, Robbo would have had the rockets flying.
Oh, yeah. He would have gone to Fish Week, bought some firecrackers, shoved them up and lit them.
Oh, yeah. And I think I'd be very scared if I was a Manly fan. Ooh. I may jinx it. We might lose by 2. Who knows?
We've had a good run at Brookvale lately. We've won like the last 2 or 3 down there, reasonably convincing, including last year's Battle of the Hail.
Yeah.
Sorry, Battle of who could see further in the rain.
I've looked at the weather as of Monday. 65% chance of thunderstorms Thursday night at Brooky. So
of course.
Pack your ponchos, guys.
I'll be packing me rain jacket, that's for sure. Stand on that hill. But look, Roosters $1.48, Manly $2.65.
Seems right.
I'm going Roosters 1-12.
Yeah, I'll go. I want to go 13 plus.
So do I, but if it's wet weather, I just feel like it'll slow the game down a bit.
I'm going to go 13 plus, dude. I think we'll run away. I think maybe first half you could maybe like a 12-6, and then we'll just run away with it in the back end, and there'll just be a lot of you'll hear the Rooster Man chant on the hill and the DCE chant.
DCE's a Rooster.
One will rise at Brookvale at his own stomping grounds, and the question I have is, will the boos ring out for when DCE runs out?
I think they will. It's going to happen. They will boo DCE.
For the sake of rugby league,
it's got to happen.
Yeah, it's a cheeky boo,
It's got to happen. Yeah, and I don't think there's malice behind the boo. I think DCE even came out and DCE obviously still lives in the Northern Beaches. And even he said, he goes, look, I obviously when I go to the shops and things like this, I still see people. He goes, I get the odd, jib and the odd joke of, come on, why'd you leave us, boo. He goes, but most people are, still pretty good. He goes, I think I left on reasonably good terms. Like, it wasn't like it was a shit show when he left.
No.
Yeah, he's going to get booed. And if the Manly faithful don't boo him, I'll be very surprised. But
it's rugby league, mate.
There'll be some applause in it as well at some point.
Look at the boos when Trell played his first game against his old club.
Yeah, but that was different. There was reasons he got booed.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be good to see how DCE goes, and
I think he'll step up.
Yeah, he'll step up. Maybe he needs to have a bit more of the ball than Sam Walker. I thought Walker, I think he tried to do too much last week. Obviously, when you look up at the scoreboard and you think, all right, we're down by 20. All right, we're down by 30. Things just, we could go on, but the errors, it was killing. It was spiraling, and yeah, I think you just got a calm head. No kicks on first, please. And we'll get the win.
Junior Parga.
And Billy Smith will be back. So.
Oh, God, yes. Thank you. Please always... Kids, if you're watching this, whenever you ride your bike, always wear a helmet.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to tell adults this.
Especially a bike with a lot of speed. And all
especially e-bikes. Please always wear your helmets, kids. That's today's safety lesson from RMTV.
Yeah, from Premier Jordy. All right.
Then we head over the ditch. This one could get nasty. The Waz paying $1.22, West $4.35.
Wow, so they've already said, all right, Tigers are going to be in a world of pain here.
Well, it's confirmed Luai's out for 4 weeks, and Dewey's probably going to be 4 to 6 weeks with the severe hamstring. Like, they're going to be playing their third choice spine more than likely. Appy Coruscant will probably be playing 7.
Do you think Benji, does he put the boots on for this one?
Mate, I think there'd be a serious discussion about him playing because I
don't
know what else they have.
He's just going to be in the boxing Mount Smart, just like his legs are going to be shaking the whole time and just like holding down his tongue.
No, you know what? I think he's going to be realistic and go into this and go, if we want to have a chance, our forwards have to do all the work, which means you got to go up against Jackson Ford, who's currently the leading Daily M vote getter in the first 3 rounds, James Fisher-Harris, and Mitch Barnett, as well as Aaron Clark, and Wade Egan. Warriors will be 20 plus. I'm not even going 13 plus. I'm going 20 plus.
I'll go 24 plus. I think they'll put on a massive scoreline here. I think they'll roll in from their form against Nui, and mate, they'll get their usual Friday night slot. So I think they'll be up for it. And Tigers, they might score 1 or 2. I don't know.
I'll give the Tigers 20 minutes. Right, I'll give them 20 minutes where they will be good and they will, compete, and then I just think after that the Wars will run over them.
The Wars floodgates.
Yeah.
Friday night, 8 p.m.
Friday night.
Let me guess, Broncos?
Oh, how did you guess a game at Suncorp? Oh. The most games ever played at Suncorp in a year are always by the Broncos. I wonder how that works.
Now up against the old...
Broncos $1.50. The Dolphins, $2.58. I think there's a lot of money after last week, and with the way the Dolphins' defense, I just don't think that they're going to hold out that Broncos attack.
The Brisbane Derby, there's a little part of me that wants to go Dolphins.
Look, offensively, I think the Dolphins can match it, and I'd love to see them do it. I just don't know if they're going to hold up defensively, and I think that's the problem.
Yeah, I'll go Bronx by like 1-12 here. I reckon it'll be a close game. But I think Bronx will get it.
I'm going to go Broncos 13 plus, and it kills me to do it. I just think with the way the Dolphins' defense is, I just can't trust them to.
Yeah, well, their defense was good against Cronulla.
Yeah, but even at times it looked there's a bit of sustenance in it, and with the attack the Broncos have.
So you think Walsh and like Stags are just going to go?
I reckon Stags is going to be the big one.
Yeah.
Last time when they first played at Suncorp, Stags was the difference, and
we can't argue that the Finns will get up for it, especially
for sure.
Herbie against his old.
They'll be up for it. Selwyn Cobbo, against his old club as well.
That'll be a good one.
Then we roll into Saturday afternoon.
Saturday Arvo.
3 p.m. at Accor Stadium. The Bulldogs $1.23. Newcastle $4.20. I think it's safe to say that no Brown, no Ponga. There's not a lot of faith in the Knights. But to be fair, a few years ago, I know it's a different Dogs team, but a few years ago, the Knights did beat them 66-0.
Yeah.
In a near wooden spoon year for the Knights.
Yeah, I'm going to go... Before I go into my tip, I reckon, like... we're going back quickly, but, like, the stadium funding, chuck a bit of money into Belmore, and that game at Belmore would be great.
That would be a great game at Belmore, actually, yeah.
Forgot about Belmore, but, yeah, I think Dogs... Yeah, big score here. I think they're going to...
Yeah.
I think they'll put
30 or 40 on them easy.
Yeah, they'll be a bit disappointed about last week. Obviously, the rain got in the way, but yeah, I think that you could see like a 44-10 or something here.
Yeah, 100% I agree. Then we actually flop over to CommBank Stadium. Panthers $1.21, Parramatta $3.90.
Right, Penrith same game too.
Penrith home game. Para do get up for the Penrith-Para derby, that Western rivalry, but I don't know. I don't know if anyone's going to stop Penrith this year.
It's scary. This must be Penrith's last year at CommBank, surely.
Yeah. The stadium's meant to open next year.
I'd like to tip Para, but I think Penrith are just looking too strong. I think Para will be up for it. I'll go Penrith under 12.
Okay, yeah, I'd probably agree with that, yeah. But then we get to move into the greatest game of all time that deserves a Saturday 7:30 p.m. time slot. Like, it deserves it. The Cowboys paying $4.20.
Oh, my God.
Versus the Melbourne Storm paying $1.23. Safe to say, Melbourne 13 plus. I don't think the Cowboys are going to match it with them for more than 30 minutes.
I'm going to go the upset.
You got the Cowboys?
No.
I was going to say, geez, put the house on it.
Yeah, I think Melbourne...
It's Puslinger number one of the week as well.
Yeah, it's broken record stuff. Melbourne after a loss, mate. Oh, God.
Yeah, you don't want to be in that review room when Melbourne lose.
I think the only thing the Cowboys might have up their sleeve is they might be a bit more accustomed to the weather up there.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, besides that, I could see like a 32-10 playing out to Melbourne.
Yeah, I think so. Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m, we move to Canberra again. So hopefully there's no shattered glass. I don't want Fitzy to have to, get stitches.
Fitzy might be on the sideline. He might want to avoid it.
Might do the Ricky, channel his ex-head coach. This is actually probably the hardest game to pick, I reckon. Raiders paying $1.85. Cronulla paying $2 at GIO. I don't actually know where I stand on this, to be honest. This actually could be a really good game. Legitimately, this could be one of the games of the round.
I'll go Canberra 1-12. I don't want to think about it too much. Obviously, Milk lost in a close one. Sharks were just
woeful,
just like blown off the park here. Maybe that Viking clap might get them home. They might have a few points in that clap.
Do
you think Cronulla?
I genuinely don't know.
Well, the genuine love you have for Cronulla, I'm surprised you haven't backed him right away, mate.
Look, I think Cronulla have a chance. If it was in Cronulla, I would back Cronulla. I think being a GIO might just get the Raiders home. So I'm going to go Raiders 1-12, but I'm hesitant to say.
I'm going to go this. This is very bold.
Ethan Sanders field goal
in Golden Point.
And anyone who has Ethan Sanders in your Supercoach team, sell him because he's about to do something. He's about to be out for 4 to 6 weeks.
I see Ricky. He's going to be jumping up on the sideline like just so excited when they win this Golden Point game, mate. On a Sunday Arvo,
you know what?
It's got everything about it. A clear Sunday Arvo in Canberra, and
actually deserves to be a Golden Point game, I reckon. Yeah. I'd back that.
And Titans, I saw. Is that Titans? Yeah. They love a Sunday poo slinger to finish off the round.
And because we're still in daylight savings time, it's a 6:15, 5:15 up there.
Are they ever going to get like a Friday night 8 p.m? The poor fuckers.
No, not unless they're playing like Penrith or actually no, they don't even get against us. They get 6 p.m. at Gosford.
I think the only time the NRL says, all right, we'll give Titans an 8 p.m. is your Origin, that period.
Yeah, that's because that's probably the time where they're the most capable.
Yeah, so Spoon Bowl, mate, what are the odds?
It actually is the Spoon Bowl currently, 17th versus 16th. Titans $1.84, Dragons $2.
Right, so... Ooh.
I don't know.
Neither team have won a game yet.
Neither team have won a game. It's at Robina. It's at the Gold Coast.
Oh, the crowd's just going to be just pumping. It's going to be pumping.
I was waiting to see which way you were going to go with that. Look, I really do want the Titans to get a win.
Something's telling me the Saints are going to win.
But yes, I can just see the Saints just absolutely blowing them off the park.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I'm talking like a 24-6 or 24-8. I do think it's going to be an offensive game with not much defense.
So if you're a punter, you're just going overs.
Definitely going overs if you're a punter. Though the thing that is in my head, the Dragons have played reasonably well for, say, 60 minutes this year. Right? And... look at the Storm game. For 60 minutes, they were in it. They were, borderline winning it.
This is what I said preseason, man. I said the Titans, these poor fuckers are going to have this year where they're just going to lose by like a try or so. But they're going to be in it. I think they're going to be in it against Saints. But I think, I'm going to go Saints like 1-12. Gutho might get a try. I think that this is the Lachlan Ilias Cup we're talking about, mate. This is blockbuster stuff, mate. This is Sunday afternoon, 6 p.m., right, after a Golden Point thriller against Canberra and Cronulla, right? This is must-watch TV. And I'm surprised Channel 9 haven't picked this one up, mate.
I'm genuinely struggling to pick a team. I think if the Titans have their first choice spine of like Brimson and Campbell, I think the Titans win it. If they don't, if Ilias plays for the Titans, I think the Dragons win. And not because it's Ilias, I don't know. I think Brimson and Campbell can do more damage to the Dragons. I also think Tino's going to want to get a win.
Yeah.
Mo Fodawaker had a... Look, I rate Mo Fodawaker as one of the best players in the game in terms of the front row.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets a lot of love. He's very, very underappreciated, especially at Origin level. And
he's starting to sway me.
He's a Queenslander, but he's one guy that I like to see him do well. And if he does well, the Titans should win this comfortably.
So you're going to say out of the two, the Titans are going to get their first win of the year?
I'm gonna go the Titans, but I'm gonna I want to check the team list before I lock that in.
Yeah.
So once the team list comes in, then I'll be able to lock that in better.
You know what, mate? Yeah, I've changed my mind. I'm going to the Titans, mate.
Yes.
I'm going to the Titans.
I'm convincing.
I think when you pair this to like a state of origin game, nothing gets greater than this. This is rugby league at its greatest, mate. The Spoon Bowl, so the Titans, I think a bit of AJ, Tino.
Yeah.
If they can just click.
Keanu Kinney out the back,
And so, all right, we've agreed on the Titans here. Just quickly go to the next round. Who does Saints have? So when do Saints get their first win of the year?
All right, well, Saints, round 5, play the Cowboys at Cogra. I think that's their first win.
No, I can see it. I think this is how I think this is how it's going to work. We'll go Titans then, and then I think next week we'll probably jump on the Dragons.
Yeah, look, and I think as well, like for the Titans, looking at next week, they have the Broncos on the Gold Coast. So if they don't win this week, they're definitely not winning the week after.
And I feel like if they can get a little win this week, that might get them some confidence to say, hey, we could upset the Bronx.
A little bit of confidence, going into, a Bronx game before they get blown off the park. But yeah, I think I'm going to go Titans, but I'm going to wait for that team list and then I'll lock it in.
Sounds good, mate. So, mate, I will see you this Thursday at Brooky on the Hill. It's going to be a great night.
It's going to be wet, obviously. Has to be.
Yeah, look, we can whinge about the Thursday night game, but it is what it is. I think the crowd would be pretty solid. Yeah. People want to see DC in that red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Mate, it's going to be a good one. The drum's going to be there. It's going to be beaming. I'm really surprised Manly let the drum in, but
I don't know if they have this year. Have we asked for approval?
Yeah, no, I think it's good to go. All good to go. We might see Bella Seaborn on the hill and get a pre-game prediction.
She did set the challenge that she was going to be louder than me this year, so I'll be waiting on the hill to see who can be louder.
Mate, should be good. All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in to the RMTV podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, turn your notifications on when the episode drops so you can hear our very bold predictions for this week. All right, guys, thank you very much. See you next week.
Have a great night, guys.